Welcome to the GraySpeed Productions 200 live on the Elite Racing Network. I'm your host, Alexander Nedd, joined in the booth here by my great friend, producer Dave Huckleberry. Dave, we are in for quite a show here tonight. 134 laps around this just short of 1.5 for its 1.46 mile oval.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll round it up.
yeah, we'll round it to a nice 1.5. Last week was all about speed. This week, though, you're gonna need to bring your A game.
Yeah, we're hearing tire wear is really brutal, so everybody's going to get loose. I think we can go ahead and look at the grid here now and see how they qualify. We sent 7 cars home tonight. Starting on the pole
Yeah,
is Ryan Gavel in
quite
that
a
Hux
stack.
car. I like that car on the pole.
Ryan Gallo, first pole of 2023. Chad Frankenfeld, he's itching to get back to victory lane. RC Anderson, our point leader, and Scott Crump right behind him. Jonathan Cutlip, who continues to impress in that 5 machine.
Nick Massey coming out in 6th. Tyler Fody 7th. Chris Wright starting in 8th. Tommy Scott in 9th. And Ethan Stanley in 10th.
Just outside the top 10, you see the people.
Hunter Smith and David Tooker 11 and 12 there, since we advanced past them there.
Then Braxton DeWeese and Joshua Personette. Joshua Adams and Garrison Hogan. Joshua had a good run at Daytona. Don't know where he ended up, but he was a factor toward the end. Tate Lytle, our defending series champion, starting mid-pack there along with Josh Robin. And then Trey Holmes and Latham Joyner are rounding out your top 20 starting position.
21st, Justin Vandermarl, Nick Indelicato in 22nd, Wesley Crump in 23rd, Matthew Weeks in 24th.
You see Seth Rawls and Brandon Key in 25th and 26th. Wyatt Canado, Jeff Green making a return. He missed the Daytona 500 last week. He has a little bit of point racing to go. Then Dylan Thomas and Robert Hill Jr. rounding out your top 30 position.
Michael Hosack, Joey Chapman, Mark Rebelis, Brandon Ultra, Justin Fortner, and Dusty Durer through 36.
Joshua Clark, Britt Jones, Kyle Hanshaw, and Harrison Talon, your top 40. And then Ryan Sold, Jonathan Cogswell, Robert Smith, and Jesse Rasmus, 43rd and 44th. 45th, it looked. Are we having 50 cars on the grid, or are some of these people not?
I don't think some of these are on the grid. I think it put them over, but I don't believe they're going to be on. But we should be close to going green here.
Have one more lap here. Want to give another congratulations to Garrison Hogan, who won last week's Daytona 500, the season opener. What a week it's been for that man. As you take a look at the championship standings, RC Anderson, I had already mentioned, is your championship leader currently with 51 points. Storylines we're following tire wear going to be pretty big. It says lap 2, but we believe our scoring will revert to lap 1 here once we go green, which should be next time by. Dave, who are you keeping an eye
on? It feels like a Scott Crump kind of night. I don't know why. So, I'm going to take the 90 car.
He's starting in 4th. You can never go wrong with him. He's in a familiar number 90 car. That's what he drove last season, I believe, right? Not too, what do you say, unaccustomed to seeing that car up front. But the pace lights are off, and the pace car heading down pit road. It's the GraySpeed Production 200 here live on the Elite Racing Network, who puts their name for the second race of the season into the history books. We're about to find out. Green flag is in the air. We are racing lap 1 of 144.
Oh, contact already.
Oh my goodness. The 50 to Chad Frankenfield gills around, and we're already under the first caution. A major crash in turn 1, lap 1. I saw Jonathan Cutlip. I don't know if he was the first to get into Chad Frankenfield, but Frankenfield had started inside the top 5.
Go back, and we kind of know where that started.
Don't know why the 15. You see the 90. He, I believe, immediately changes lanes here. Does a good job, but there's obviously contact between the two. Yeah, he gets into Chad there. And Jonathan had nowhere to go. We'll see who else gets damaged. David Tooker, Joshua Personette. This is not what any of these guys wanted to see on lap 1, turn 1. You're just going through the gears at this point here, Dave.
Yeah, it really hadn't even...
I imagine
51 into the back of the 32 a little bit, not much. See if he can stay off a key.
Matthew Weeks get a piece of it, but he has to come to a stop practically. I'm telling you, that took everybody by surprise.
Yeah, definitely. When you're second position on.
Come back, yeah.
Everybody's assessing damage now. Let's see where Weeks happened to him. He's right up on the back of the 10. They go green.
He may have gotten tapped there. Let's see if he comes away with it. We know he gets turned, but how much damage is on that 11 car? I think the 33 also gets him. Yep. He goes spinning just a tap. He just catches Michael
just a tap into Goodman a little bit.
But Jonathan, who had such a good qualifying run in the 99, all innocent victims there. You hate to see that happen early in a race there. We're already under the first caution, but I believe we have something from our sponsor there as we take another look.
Yeah, we do. All right, wasn't ready to play at this as part of GraySpeed sponsoring tonight's event. We're going to give you a first look at the latest episode of Racing Infinity Series. Let's hit the high banks and check out a first look at Volume 5. This Friday, hit the high banks a bit early on GraySpeed Productions with Racing Infinity Volume 5 Daytona, USA. And if you thought that was as good as it gets, catch up on previous episodes to see drivers racing in ways you never think they would. Infinite possibilities, infinite outcomes. This is Racing Infinity by GraySpeed Production. They are our race broadcast or race sponsor tonight.
Don't want to miss that. I believe that'll be carried here with us on the Elite Racing Network.
Not sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so. I think it's another. We might have a little more. I have another read from him here in a little while. Okay. GraySpeed Production is a content creator.
We'll have more lately. I'm telling you though, Chad Frankenfield has got to be feeling a little bit hurt by that. Do we put that on the 90th Scott Crump?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. They're yelling in my ears here.
Okay. We'll find out.
Let me see if I can turn the driver chat down in my right ear a little bit here.
You see a lot of people are out, but some of those people did not. We only had 43 cars start this event, but scoring obviously gathering those. Some of those that had decided.
Yeah,
Or
Chris
did.
Wright all the way down 34. He's in 42nd now, down 34 spots. Jonathan Cutlip down 36 spots to 41st. David Tooker at 40th.
That's just something you don't want to have happen early in your day, especially competing with damage. How will these guys be able to negotiate back up to the front?
I guess if you're going to get damaged, you have the whole another 130 laps to catch up. So
maybe other people will find damage here, but they're back double wide. I was not expecting a wreck in turn one on lap one.
Yeah, I was thinking we'll have a lot of cautions tonight, but I thought they would settle in for a little bit. I didn't think they would have a dump on first corner, basically.
Ryan Gavel has led every lap here so far, but they've all been under yellow. We'll see who leads the first lap under green. Pace car back on pit road, putting the field back in the hands of Ryan Gavel. He's through the Geico restart zone and away. We're back under the green flag here at pit. Much cleaner turn one there that time.
Yeah, looks like it successfully made it through turn one now.
Your pick there, trying to get around it. Ryan Gavel led that lap, and he has a commanding lead about 2 tenths of a second on RC Anderson.
Ethan Stanley coming under Nick Massey here. Hunter Smith in there behind.
Hunter Smith, I keep expecting him to break out and just have a really good run there. He seems to be in the thick of things. We can't wait to see him and possibly getting his first win.
Close action back here with Justin Fortner and Trey Holmes.
That battle is just outside of the top 10.
Starting to single file up in front of them now. 26 cars, Justin Fortner shows 32 on the ticker. We have 4 guys that we can let you know that are a little different tonight. Jeff Green's actually in the red and white number 2. Mark Rebelis is in the number 99. Dustin Dewar is in the 39, even though we're used to him always being in the 32. Justin Fortner is in the 26. So they'll show different on the tower, but that'll be what you see on this.
Is there a reason for that, or?
I think somebody logged in early and got the 32 car, which made Dusty have to have another number, and then it just kind of domino affected after that. They were just taking each other's numbers as they bumped down through them. You get one person log in wrong, and then
they are battling back hard in the back of the pack there. You see that one of cars.
Contact again. We got a car around.
Into the wall. That's going to bring out a caution. Yep. The first car I saw with contact was the 23 there.
Go back and pick it up on the Mark Rebelis replay machine. So Harry is third. He's in the middle there between Gerald Campbell, Rucker on the high side. Allen gets into the side of Rucker, goes down into Josh Personette.
Whoa! Bounces hard to the outside wall. and then gets collected by the 33.
Who's that back end that he just barely missed right there? Is that? I think that's Jeff Green in that 2 car. Just missed the back end of him as Harrison Talon went up the track and into the wall.
It's good to be lucky to get it. And see who else got a big piece of that? David Tooker.
Yep.
In the 19.
Go on board with.
Who was involved in the first caution.
Go on here with Tooker and see what he's seen. He's seen that car spinning back. And then Talon just comes down right in front of him. Nowhere for him to go. Alex Gray involved there as well. I don't think Alex got much. Doesn't look like he had much contact, but we'll take a look at it.
That was a pretty significant hit for the 19. Robert Hill. He just backs it in and comes to a stop. I wasn't liking that water race cars, though. It had gotten my attention, and that's why I said something. And no sooner than the words were out of my mouth, and we were screaming trouble in the corner.
So we got about spot 25 on back has come into the pits now. Top 25 all staying out.
These guys have 7 sets of tires here tonight. And we understand the fuel run to be between 50 and 60 laps. No stages here tonight. But tire wear is something we will be talking about heavily here.
Guess that's only going to become a thing if we can have some long green flag runs, though.
That's true. Under caution here for the second time tonight gives us the time to step away. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the GraySpeed 200 live on the Elite Racing Network.
You're alive.
Welcome back to the GraySpeed 200, cleaning up already our second caution here on lap 15. two big multi-car wrecks here early in this one here, Dave.
Hopefully we can settle in now for some green flag.
The back of the pack is definitely not where you want to be. That's where we saw that second wreck, and they were 3 and 4 wide when it occurred.
Yeah, the front half of the field would kind of work itself out to being single file, but a little ugly toward the back there.
All right, no one's been able to wrestle the lead away from Ryan Gavel. He waits till the Geico restart though, then gets going. He's off and away. We're back under the green flag at Kentucky.
Contact again.
Cars already.
I think everybody got it back together.
That was a late block on someone's part. They didn't like being taken advantage of, but that car was already there. I don't know who it was, though.
Car up in the wall there was Joshua Clark, the 28. Put him way high.
These people, they barely wait for the green flag to get back in here before they're already pressing. Is that the type of race we're going to see here tonight?
One of those things that cleans itself up when they start dropping out of the race, I guess. But
so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of his 01 car. He's gotten to a great start and restart there, and they've not been able to catch him.
he's definitely in the safest place on the track right now.
Has that also wanted clean air. R.C. Anderson, though, under attack from Tyler Foley. As these guys go back and forth on it.
Trying to see who that 27 car, Braxton DeWeese, a new name to me anyway, a new name to this series, I think.
He's climbed up there. I think he started toward the mid 20s, and he's already up inside the top 10.
I think he's showing his 13 on the track. And that's him right there, the 13, but it's showing 27 on the ticker, so I don't know what happened. That's what was confusing me. Hopefully they'll all get this worked out before long.
A long green flag run here that we're expecting.
Peek down the field here, look for some tight races. Nick Massey still trying to get around DeWeese on the outside. They've kind of been changing it, swapping this spot every lap.
Massey is a guy who we know wants to get back to victory lane. All these guys do, but I believe there's still a certain after being so dominant now 2 seasons ago. Was unable to reach victory lane their last season. And I think that somewhat caught him off guard.
Go on board with Matthew Weeks as he tries to work his way underneath Nick Massey.
Look at the lanes that these guys are running on. Not really high, not really low. And not seeing a dominant lane here. Is that good or bad for these guys? Does that give them more of a chance to work with for what's better with their race car? See the 6th Joey Chapman way up high. Oh, he actually caught a piece of the wall there. There's high, there's too high, and then there's where Joey Chapman.
There's ridiculously high. Yeah. Oh, contact there in the back of Gerald Campbell.
See Michael Goodman trying to get the thick of things there. And is that the 19? It is of David Tucker trying to rebound there. I'm surprised, considering that was a pretty heavy nose-in hit he had on the inside wall after contact with Harrison Powell to bring out that last caution.
Yeah, the group of them right there have all had a little bit of involvement in everything that's happened so far. Chad Frankenfield right there in the middle, 3 wide. Not surprised.
Chad and 3 wide? No, never. They make it through though. Lap 26 here.
Move up here a little bit to Latham Joyner trying to get past Nick Delicato and Wesley Crump ahead of him.
Just ahead of them.
Trey Holmes underneath.
I was just going to mention that, an ill-timed yawn on my end. Trey has been a pleasant surprise to see running well. He's just outside of the top 10 currently. And he had a strong run. He's coming off of a strong run at Daytona, I believe.
Getting close back up here up front. Tyler Fody pushing R.C. Anderson there inside.
That is a battle for second place. And you see that behind them. They're 2 by 2 throughout the top 10. The person that's loving this, gavel in that 01 car. They are getting away. He's stretched out to about a 1.3 second lead. Now settled down amongst the top 4. Crump and DeWeese, I believe, are still negotiating that 5th spot on that.
Ethan Stanley right on the back of Braxton DeWeese coming underneath of him. Kind of a Scott Crump color from last year.
Actually nudge the wall there and give up a couple of spots.
Nasty a little bit loose down there on the bottom. Three wide, Trey Holmes in the middle. On the outside wall, I believe that's Ryan Schuld.
Big hit. Down the middle
high.
of the back stretch there.
Gad off the wall a little bit. The I don't race a lot, Alex, but don't think I'd be trying to pass 4 on the high side when he keeps bouncing off the walls coming out of those corners.
Typically from all my, and I don't do iRacing very much, but one thing I can tell you is that the wall is never a good thing. It won't. They even outlawed that. They just banned the Ross Chastain move that we saw at Martinsville last year. But the wall is typically not your friend. but that's from what I can gather. These guys, they might know something I don't.
Tight back here. Matthew Weeks in 8th. Between Garrison Hogan and Braxton DeWeese.
Was the 11 car one of the cars that went on the pit road in that last one?
The 11 car has not pitted yet.
Who was our highest runner that had been on the pit road? Do we know yet?
Josh Adams pitted on lap 12. He's currently running up at 5th place.
Not too bad. Do we know if he took tires though, or
Oh, let's see. Pit time was 14.7, so that's usually tires.
Caution out for the third time here tonight.
Joey Chapman, maybe? Go back and see what we can find here on the replay machine.
Yeah, big wreck on the backstretch. Let's see what happened to that number 6 car. Oh, he had an issue.
Rusty Capel got into the back of him.
He had slowed down dramatically, though.
Robert Hill into Capel. On board with Robert Hill here.
Not sure if you can do anything there. Car in front of you just suddenly slows down. That's got to be a sickening feeling.
Now those top guys are all in the pits. Pretty much everybody's pitting, looks like, all the way down. Top 40, yeah, everybody.
Wonder why the 6th car was so slow coming off that corner, though.
I can take a look at that, maybe. R. Back it up a little bit. I don't see any checkup in front of him yet. No.
Obviously not expecting. I wonder if there was a connection issue or something.
Now we still have 2 cars that haven't pitted yet. Dustin Durer is going to assume the lead. He has not pitted, and Hunter Smith, 2nd place. Do a quick sponsor read here while we have a yellow flag here. Join APS as our series sponsor. APS offers a complete solution for all types of businesses that need to process credit card related transactions. Their industry-specific solutions provide the best options for your business model. They have experienced client service representatives who understand what your processing needs are. Our first premier partner is TA Services. TA Services for over 36 years. TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing, and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small business. Constraints catalyze creativity. We help businesses punch above their weight class. And finally, Worldwide Technology Raceway, formerly Gateway International Raceway and Gateway Motorsports Park, is a motorsports racing facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of St. Louis, Missouri, close to the Gateway Arch. Features a 1.25-mile oval that hosts the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, an open series that we can't name, and a 2-mile infield road course used by Speed Tour Trans Am, SCCA, and Porsche Club of America. A quarter-mile NHRA sanctioned drag strip that hosts the annual NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series, and a Kartplex state-of-the-art karting facility. And finally, GraySpeed. Oh, sorry.
I'm just out of curiosity. What was the series that we can't name?
It starts with an Indy and ends with a car.
Okay.
currently under ban in iRacing to mention all so podcasts. So that's how we've been kind of humorously getting around it and pointing out that we think it's kind of. I can go editorialize and say I think it's really stupid that we can't broadcast it. It's their platform and their rules, so we'll follow along.
That was one of the most entertaining races all last season when the Cup Series went to game.
Worldwide technology.
Worldwide. That was very fun.
A great facility. It's not far from Indiana, so I've been there many times. An easy drive, and it's a great facility to put on a good show.
All right. Cleaning up the third caution flag here. Gavel and Crump, your guy Crump has moved up a couple of spots. See, this is the first time that Gavel has elected to start on the outside for a restart. We'll see if it pays off.
So I'm hearing a lot of these cars that were damaged in that early caution now have had enough yellow flags to get their repairs done. They have basically brand new cars. Most of them are all still on the lead lap too. So. Yeah, he's saying his car is like brand new now, so which thrilled everybody else.
Ryan Gavel getting a great restart. He's taken off extremely well in those restarts. It seems like second place, no matter who it is, has been caught. Already a caution.
Caution again. In the 15 involved. Let's go back. See him dropped.
The start.
15 into the 16.
He had restarted there in the 13th position. Oh! I have to believe that was net code. Tate Lytle got a big piece of the action there as well.
Yeah, it looks like he was involved up there, wasn't he?
Cars. Down right there, or if that was net code.
Yeah, it's hard to see what makes Tate Lytle shoot to the outside either. He doesn't really get hit by anybody.
Yeah.
He just kind of shoots directly to the right.
Might have been hard on the brake there, just got away from him.
Michael Hossack already. Hossack looks clean there.
Does he get back on the grass? Yeah. A lot of people had to go through the grass to take evasive action.
Oh, there's where he had. I was going to say, he was clean so far. Oh, that's tough to be clean that far and that long and then just get loose in the grass coming back up. I don't think he has a lot of damage, but.
So quickly under caution here for the first time today.
Go back on So
That's tough.
Chad's now been wrecked by Scott Crump and Wesley Crump. Not saying there's anything there, but I'm just saying the Christmas card will probably not go out.
That was a hard hit, and I for one, do not put any fault on Chad right there. There was a hole, and that's your job as a race car driver to fill that spot. But all the damage he had fixed from the first wreck is now back on here for the second timer.
Well, the 16 has to back out of it because he comes up on the 10, so he has to back out of it. So I give him that. And then the 15 gets into him. But then I'm not sure if this is retaliatory. And they are going to give him the tally.
Don't know what was
Hey, drama makes for a great show, right? If I was Chris Wright or Gerald Campbell up here in the booth, they'd be picking at that when any post-race interviews. I'm not as bold as they are yet. If you want to go there, Alex, you can. Guys, yet.
We'll see if that's the end of the Crump versus Frankenfield dilemma. But we're under caution here for the fourth time today. Gives us time to step away. We'll be right back with more of the exciting action. GraySpeed live on the Race. Back for the restart here. Fourth one of the night. It's been a crazy night. Ryan Gavin, though, had to let them all. Started on the pole. As they are side by side for second here. Back under the green flag.
Brecken back here. RC Enerson involved. Brent Jones, Dustin Dewar, Josh Clark, Gerald Campbell, Seth Rawls. Lots of damage. Go back and see if we can pick it up here. We'll start with RC. Does Ethan Stanley maybe, yeah, gets in the back left of him. RC's trying to collect it, but I think Rucker then gets in the back maybe and finishes him. Nope, Rucker stayed clean. The 22 car, Garrison Hogan got up into him. Ryan Schold. Go back here and take a look with Gerald Campbell where he was running. He's going to hit contact on Robert Hill, then come down. Osak into Clark. Clark into, well, it would have been Durer. I don't know. Is this week? Apologies. .32 is Justin Fortner. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Durer, it just shows him different. 39 on the screen. Alex, you doing okay? I lost you there. Not sure what happened to my broadcast partner, but I'll do my best without him here. Back up front, we'll look through the field a little bit. Find Gavel first. Blake Norman. Tyler Fody, second. Scott Crump in third. Joshua Adams in fourth. Ethan Stanley in fifth. Andrew Rucker in sixth. Latham Joyner in seventh. Nick Massey in eighth. Justin Fortner ninth. Rounding out the top 10, Nick Indelicato. .48 laps into the GraySpeed Productions 200. Let's step away for a second, see if I can figure out what happened to Alex. We'll be right back. All right, getting ready to come back green here. Gavel and leave. Got a little bit of a Discord issue. I think Alex is going to restart his computer, see if he can jump back in here. So I'll do my best while he's doing that. It can get really interesting when trying to announce and hearing driver chat in your same time. Things you just can't repeat on here. But they do make me chuckle. .34 cars on the lead lap, looks like. Still. Pace car dives off. Fine Gavel brings him back to the Geico restart zone. And we're back to green. Gavel with another good jump. Scott Crump able to get by Scott Fody into second. Ethan Stanley and Josh Adams get that sorted out. Lean further back as well. For some close battles here. Josh Adams coming under Ethan Stanley. Latham Joyner right in behind him. Nice sunset view here at Kentucky Speedway. Ooh, Joyner a little loose coming out of that corner. No contact, we're all good. Josh Adams looked like he was thinking about 3 wide there, backed out of it. I'm on board here with Tyler Fody. Tries to negotiate between Ethan Stanley, Nick Massey, and Josh Adams and Scott Crump. Josh Adams around the outside there. Up into third. Nick Massey around as well. Fody's kind of falling back through the field here on this restart. Crump now up on the back bumper of Gavel. Like they're coming up on a lap car down on the inside there. Crump looking low. And we might have had an issue back here with the 88 and the 16. Gray Holmes down inside Wesley Crump. Holmes gets up into him, gets spun. I think he's going to spin down into pit lane. Crump goes through the grass. No caution on that. Back up front, Josh Adams has been able to get around. Got Crump now. Second, Crump down low though. Coming back at him. This would be our closest battle on track, so we'll stay here with this one. Keep an eye on back things happening back farther back. Still no word from Alex yet. Reboots can take a little time, I know. Massey up into fourth now. just ahead of Tyler Fody and Ethan Stanley. Big mover tonight has been, looks like Andrew Rucker, who's up in the 11th position, up 39 spots from where he started. I like that red chrome on that Jesse Rasmus. Really sparkles this time of night. You get this golden hour of sunset. Back up front. Trump and Adams still swapping spots every lap. Stanley's now got around Nick Massey. Stanley looking high on Adams, tucks back in behind. Latham Joyner now up past Tyler Fody. Fody comes back on the high side. Rucker working on Rasmus now. That's for the 10th position. He's going to clear him. And just as I say that, he comes back down underneath him. Oh, I heard something.
Can you hear me now there, Dave?
Alex, I can hear you now. Welcome back.
Okay, I don't understand what happened there. I'm worried, though, that my microphone is not working.
Alex is back.
To the GraySpeed 200 there, and my apologies there, Dave. I don't know exactly what happened. I might sound a little different here, using a different microphone. My other mic may have just died. But no change up front, I can see from what I've missed. Gavel is still commanding this lead, and for that, the entire race.
Yeah, they've just been swapping spots up there at the front. Top four, basically, or 2 through 5 have been swapping a lot. Gavel's always been out in front.
Some of the heavy hitters, including Chad Frankenfield, not running inside the top 20. In fact, where is Frankenfield? He's still on pit road. That last wreck took a lot out of him.
Yeah, he came to a really slow in the backstretch and was kind of coasting it around. I mean, he may have more long-term damage now. Probably sitting down on pit lane now, still repairing.
Scott Crump, though, in that 90 is stalking Ryan Gavel. Is he stalking there and just biding his time? That is the question.
They have pulled a little gap now over Tyler Fody. They were all under a blanket for a while there, but now they've got a little bit of a gap between them.
Latham Joyner having a good run there. I think Scott Crump is stalking Ryan Gavel, who, as you'd like to mention there, Dave, is running a nice livery on that paint scheme. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about that special paint scheme there.
Yeah, Ryan. I loved Ryan's Crayola one, but I just kind of I felt bad for looking at that all the time, so I thought I'd throw a little splash on there. So that's a little Purdue black and gold for me. I'm a boiler. And then I, of course, put the Hux logo on there, kind of inspired by Sam Mayer in the Xfinity series. And just threw the word Dave on there. So he's basically sponsored by me. I don't have a brand, and I don't have a store, and I'm not trying to sell you anything, but it makes me smile when I get to see the car go around.
Hey, it's got to make you smile with it out front currently.
Oh, yeah. Sponsor Wyatt Canadal in the Xfinity series. And Robert Hill runs that in the truck series, too.
Okay.
Branching out, trying to give back to the league. Take a peek down through the field here, see if we can find some closer battles here.
Joshua Adams and Stanley. Ethan Stanley there. This is his first time, not a rookie, but a first full season, and he's proven so far to be a contender. Doing a great job there. He just got around Adams for 6th place. Now trying to crack that top 5. Tyler Fody has joined the party up front, it looks like. He's cut what was a second lead down to about half a second, and it's looking for more, along with Latham Joyner to pack the top 4 really underneath the blanket, all underneath a second.
We're about 38 laps in from the last pit stop, so we got a little ways to go before we have to come in.
20 laps before, so lap 94. And that'll be right on the edge of their fuel window here as well. 94 to 134. That's about 40 laps. Well, not on the edge, but they should be able to make it.
Right now, I think we're getting to, if anybody stops from here on out, they probably should be able to make it. Especially since there's no way we're going to go green the rest of
it. You say that now and watch this go green.
That's what I'm trying to do. You deciphered my plan there, Alex. If I say there's going to no possible way.
The commentator curse is real.
Like washing your car because it's not going to rain, or mowing the yard. Are blinking really bad back there. I hear Dega.
Apologies for yeah, the usual suspect. It's about Dega time.
Latham Joyner looking under Fody there.
Yeah, he caught the 10 car in Delicato, who's having a good run there. Haven't talked much about him because I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, to be honest.
I'd say that's how you probably have to pronounce it, Indelicato.
All right. He's having a great run inside the top 5.
He gives
Hey,
you the
I like
thumbs
that
up.
headshot.
Yeah, so far the headshots new for this season across all our series. I would give him and Zach Evans probably have the 2 best headshots for putting on their driver details. So.
Now we got to go to Zach Evans. I don't remember him.
I don't believe he's racing tonight.
Oh,
He's
is he?
putting comments in chat, so he is not in the Cup Series. See him on the Truck Series on Sunday nights.
Okay. My apologies. I remember seeing him in chat there, and thought that he was there. I'm going to step away just real quick because I see why my dog is going crazy.
Okay.
I will be right.
Take a look back here and see if I can find some closer battles here. Josh Adams working on the back of Nick Massey. This would be a battle for 8th and 9th. And back here a little ways, Justin Fortner, Justin Vandermaal, Jesse Rasmus. 12th, 13th, and 14th, respectively.
Come out eventually, so.
Alex was telling me his dog was under the couch. Sorry, I had you muted there, so they heard me laughing, but they didn't know what I was laughing at. So I let him in on the joke.
Yes. Am I unmuted now?
Yep, you're back with us.
I just kicked him out, so hopefully he won't be making a fuss.
No change up front.
We're about 12 laps away from a green flag type pit stop at what could be the last stop of the day here. Oh, but the caution flag is out.
Caution comes out. Johnny Thomas, maybe? See what we have here. Rebelist replay machine with the 91 car there.
Gets loose off of turn 2 and then hard into the inside wall on the back stretch.
Yeah, that
Don't
looks
know
like
why that would trigger a yellow though.
Looks like a hardware issue, but I think he's going to roll to a stop maybe.
That's unfortunate. And again, turn 2, I believe a hardware issue was what caused what was that car? A wreck off of turn 2. This is going to bring everybody onto pit road, but this will not be the last of the stops here because this is outside of that 50 lap window. 58 to 60 lap window, I believe.
50 will, 50 will get them to 134, so they can make it from here.
Okay. Okay, so this might be the last pit stop of the night here.
If they pit after this, it'll be for tires because we know tire wear has been pretty bad. So if we get a late yellow, everybody will probably dive for more tires.
See if Gallo can maintain his lead. Oh, no.
Trump got him.
I think he did too.
Jesse Rasmus has stayed out. We'll pick up one lap lead.
We'll short it all out for you, though. When we come back, you're watching the GraySpeed 200 live on the Elite Race.
While we're running under caution, I want to take the opportunity to thank GraySpeed Productions again for sponsoring this race. GraySpeed Productions is a content creator that celebrates true love for racing with a unique twist on motorsports content. In addition to motorsports journalism, Alex Gray is creating creative motorsports content through simulations and storytelling, such as rewriting NASCAR history in the Sunday Night Lights series and simulation races that would never happen in Racing Infinity. Learn about racing and celebrate it in a way like any other content creator does, and remember why we all love racing. At GraySpeed Productions, speed reigns supreme. So there, I learned where that came from. So Alex Gray, who races a lot of our series here in Elite, is actually the sponsor of GraySpeed Production. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Scott Crump got the jump on pit road there. We'll see if he'll ride it to victory lane here as the green flag is back out and Scott Crump taking the lead over Ryan Gavin. First lead change we've seen all day under the green flag.
Oh, Fody round.
Tyler Fody goes around in front of the field. That's going to trigger a yellow and a massive pileup on the backstretch. Look how many cars he is going to take with him.
Still hitting, still contact.
Tyler Fody was running inside of the top 5, had an issue out of turn 2, and that was the end result. Nearly half the field involved.
Go back and see what starts it with Tyler.
I didn't see the 03 getting into him. Nope. He just got loose. Overcorrects. Matthew Weeks has nowhere to go, and they just stack up from there.
Weeks is just pushing him down the track.
Yeah, and then gets hit by Michael Goodman. A tough impact there. You see the 84 Wyatt Kneedle involved.
Yeah, I think the question like Matthew Weeks is going to have is we go back and look at Michael Goodman. Why does he get hit in the back so far down? So see what's going on here.
When an accident like this happens in front of the field, what is your reaction?
Oh. Yeah, he just kind of cleared in front of him. And, yeah.
There are cars spinning everywhere.
Yeah, cars involved.
No doubt the big one.
Bodie and Delicato, Goodman, Durer, Vandermaal, Robin, Jones, Fortner, Personette, Robert Hill, White, Canadal, Joey Chapman, Latham Joyner, Michael Hosack, Gerald Campbell, Joey Chapman, Alexander Gray, Harrison Talon, Trey Holmes, Rusty Capo, Chris Wright. Probably would have been quicker to say who wasn't involved, I guess. Scott Crump wasn't involved.
He had the best seat in the house up front. Nearly everybody behind him, though, was.
Yeah, Crump and Gavel, the only two ahead of Fody, so they were clean. Massey and Rucker got low on that and were able to get around him. Run down the field here.
I think this is another good time to go to commercial here. We don't have really, I'd say, pace under the seventh caution flag. Not much to say, so we'll leave you guys with a schedule of what is to come on the Elite Racing Network. Lots of racing action, all at your fingertips, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the GraySpeed 200.
We're back.
Welcome back. Lap 91 of 134 in the books. Lap 92, excuse me. We're back under the green flag after the big one involving nearly half the field. Don't typically see a mistake from Fody. This time they make it through turn 2 okay.
Chris Wright's made it back up in the top 10.
We only have 33 or 36 cars on the field. Still in contention. And I'm sorry there, Dave. Who did you say you were keeping an eye on?
Noticed that Chris Wright had made it back up in the top 10 after being in that first wreck. He had a lot of repairs. Got everything fixed now and back up in the top 10. He's been in the pits 6 times already, though, so.
Hasn't been the best tonight, but that's really for everybody. Unless your last name has been Crump or Gavel. And I mean, Scott Crump's there. The
Looking
other
down.
Crump card, I believe, is out of the race, so maybe it has been a bad night if your last name has been Crump.
Yeah, Wesley Crump's currently sitting on. He's back in. He's in the race now. Currently sitting 34th. He's the last car I show running. Everybody else. Harrison Tallison has maybe come back out. Finally got some repairs, but he's 41st right back on the track.
What he can out of that car there.
About 18 laps behind Tate Lytle, so if he can stay on the track, he'll lead past.
The 6th lap lead rule.
No, this isn't a super speedway, so.
Oh, okay, only super speedway.
Gavel back to the lead.
And he took Joshua Adams there. Scott Crump fell back to 3rd place. This, I believe, could be Ryan Gavel's race to lose. But if you're not an 0-1, maybe you're a 1. Take a look to see what happened here on the replay of that race lead. He gets a good run to the outside here. Not really contact, just really intense racing. But yeah, that was an excellent pass, making it the hard way.
Josh Adams underneath. Takes a peek.
Doing all he can to try and get around that 0-1 car.
Take a peek down through the pack here.
Made it to the centennial lap mark. How about that 5 of Jonathan Cutler? After being bumped in that first caution, turn 1, lap 1, he's rebounded nicely back inside the top 5. That's a pretty stellar job.
Yeah, it doesn't look too beat up. He got a lot of repairs done. Been in the pits 5 times.
We're getting down to the last little bit of this race here. It's about 32 laps more to go before we crown our second winner of this 2023 Season A.
7th, 8th, and 9th there with Josh Clark, Ethan Stanley, and Jesse Rasmus.
Jesse having a pretty good day.
Ooh, David Tooker in there in the 19. Tooker's showing he's been in the pits 11 times, so he's had quite a few to be up there in the top 10.
We know he had serious damage in one of those early wrecks. He had hit that inside wall extremely hard. Nice to see him rebound there, battling inside the top 10.
Alex, when we did our truck broadcast on Sunday, we were talking about some of the driver pictures. And Gerald Campbell, of course, is our announcer for the truck series. He said, wait till you see my picture. So I'm going to pull up his picture, and I can see why he said wait until you see it. That just screams Gerald. I have no idea if that's really him or not, but that would be, if I were going to picture Gerald in my head, that'd probably be what I picture.
I don't know. It's great to see, so many times people, they don't see me as I like to scare them because a lot of people don't believe that I'm black. And it's so funny as we have a battle for the lead here. Here comes Scott Crump underneath the 01. But I can see Gerald Campbell getting that type of reaction, not people believing it's him.
Crump's going to maybe get him.
We saw the side draft so prominent at Daytona. Don't know if it'll necessarily work here, but look at this.
Oh, Adam's going to stick his nose in.
Goes 3 wide.
Starting to get a little tight between Gavel and Adams.
This is the furthest back we've seen Gavel all race long, back in the 3rd position. I wonder if he used up his tires there on that pass earlier.
Contact.
Oh! Ryan Gavel got into the side of Joshua Adams, and around they go on the front stretch.
We're still green.
We are still green. Who was that went around, though? Was that Joshua Personette?
Be here.
That was a big... Or Nick Massey.
I think it might be Massey here.
Yep, Gavel definitely got into Joshua there. And Nick
Massey,
an innocent victim. But because that's off the racing surface, iRacing control officials not deeming that worthy of a caution flag.
Massey gets rolling again, but now he's all the way down in 30th position. So that lets Scott Crump kind of pull a little gap. Second, a little over a second to Ryan Gavel.
That is unfortunate for the 48 car. What spot? He was inside the top 5 when all that began. What spot is he now in? The 29th position.
Yep.
And you're right, that has opened up a giant lead for the 90th Scott Crump. Your pick there earlier today is looking pretty good, and the counter has gotten down, so we can now make it official. Is that your pick to win the race?
Yeah, I feel really guilty not picking the car I sponsor with Ryan Gavel, but I guess I can't just pick Ryan every. I'll stay with Scott Crump since I felt like it was going to be his night.
I was gonna go with the 01 there, but I think we'll need a yellow flag in order to tighten this one back up. I believe all these guys still have tires. Should we get a yellow flag, I believe the fuel and tire window is still in their favor. We know the fuel window is in their favor. They can make it to the end on the fuel, but the tire window, that's been a different story, and I believe we'll see all these guys trying to take some. How about David Tooker in that 19? He's up to third now.
Gonna have second here shortly.
Yeah, Gavel, I believe the handling's just going away there. This might be the longest green flag run of the day. $21 laps to go, 20 next time by. And Scott Crump looking pretty victorious here in the closing laps of this one.
Like 30 cars on the lead lap. Gerald Campbell, the last car in the lead lap. 36 cars still on the track. Chad Frankenfield, the last one, or second to the last one at 36. Nick Indelicato would be out at lap 88.
And that's sad. We were just talking about Indelicato inside the top of 5. Just how quickly things can go south here.
Yeah, you can go from top 5 to bottom 5 in no time.
Yeah, it's definitely not over for this 90 car, but I'm liking his chances.
Looking back from Scott Crump, see the gap he's pulled over David Tooker.
I am impressed. If we're able to talk to David Tooker, because he gets a podium finish here tonight, that wreck is my first question. Did he think he'd be standing here?
Yeah, was that your plan? Did you want to wreck early, hit 11 times, and then...
Yeah, Gavel has definitely lost touch. He's now 2.2 seconds behind the race leader.
Tooker is catching Crump, but at a very small rate. Not enough. That's not going to do it to catch him by the end.
It might just be right there, but catching is one thing, passing is another, and you know that 90 car is going to be extra wide.
It'll be about 3 cars wide by then, so.
Yeah.
Back here, 6th place run. Jesse Rasmus trying to get under Joshua Adams. Adams didn't get the worst out of that contact with Gavel. That was definitely Nick Massey who got the worst of that.
Massey, an innocent victim, and was having a pretty clean night inside the top 5, but that broke out in front of him.
Yeah, he's kind of stuck back there in 27th now, about 9 seconds off the pace. Brought a lead, I guess.
I was surprised he was able to get going, though. And that did not draw out a yellow. You're saying this thing could go green to the end, and we're 15 to go. I was saying this thing could go green to the end when you mentioned it. You are not believing it there, but it might be.
I was using the reverse psychology on it.
Kentucky Speedway, you know, this is one of those speedways that the NASCAR Cup Series does no longer visit, and I was kind of sad to see off the schedule. Had such high hopes, and my driver, I'm a big Keselowski fan, that scored the most wins here when it was still functional. This track has a lot of character among and age to it.
I know I'll be kind of betraying my home state to say this, but I always thought that it was a better race than what they put on at the Brickyard, race-wise. Definitely a better event at the Brickyard. Yeah, Indianapolis Motor Speedway just does everything better than everybody else. But competition-wise, I always thought the race at Kentucky was a lot more exciting to watch the Brickyard 400.
Yeah. It definitely put on some shows. I remember when the Cup Series first came here in 2012, and I believe Keselowski won that one, the very first one. It was so exciting, and for it to not be on the schedule 10 years later is sad.
Matthew Weeks back up in the 7th position now, after being caught up in that one of the last wrecks.
That is insane.
Good drive for him. One of those drivers is always moves his way to the front every race, just seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong out of his own doing.
Yeah. What about our defending series champion Lytle? I just saw him in the 41st position. He is out of the race.
Yep. He is probably sitting somewhere comfortably listening to us, probably. Hi, Tate.
Scott Krupp just needs 10 more perfect ones, and he'll be our next winner. Tucker, though, is not letting him get away. He's cut that lead down to a second.
Yeah, he's cutting about a little over a tenth per lap. 8 tenths down. He could do it. 8 laps would put him right on his bumper. Give him 2 laps to get him. Got to keep up that pace, though.
Don't give that 19 car a chance, because he will take it. This race unfolded spectacularly, beginning on lap 1. Don't know we necessarily had all this action planned and forecasted here at Kentucky, but it's been a great one here so far. Scott Krupp, and there's the yellow flag. There it is.
Joey Chapman.
We are going to have another restart and a pit stop that could control the destiny of this race here. They stack up. Does he get a bump from the 26? I would say so.
He had it collected until the 26 got into the back of him and then kind of got him upset again, and then he gets into Ryan Schold on the outside there. Goes in front of Durr. Durr's going to hit the wall, but he got around the car.
I'm telling you, the guy that did not want to see that yellow flag is our leader currently. When you're in that position, you're just hoping everything else is going right. Unfortunately, it was not in turn 3.
Everybody's into the pits, with the exception of Josh Adams.
So. Ooh, that's going to be tough to do.
Everybody behind him is going to be on new tires.
And we'll see who comes out ahead.
Like it's going to be Tooker.
Wins the race off of pit road. David Tooker ahead of Gavel. Crump lost 2 spots there.
Number
I
6
told
at
you,
fault.
don't give that
Tally
19
issued.
car a chance.
So the 6 car, Joey Chapman's going to park it for the evening, his second tally.
We should restart there with 4 to go. That's well enough time for that 19 car on fresh tires to get around that one. I'm telling you, if David Tooker wins this race, my first question is going to be how. That was 12 pit stops. But that is the definition of why you don't give up. We're not going to give up either. Oh, go ahead there, Dave.
Ryan Gavel's given Josh Adams carte blanche to wreck him if he needs to. He admits to fault in that last one and said that he got into him at Daytona as well. And I think the quote would be, do what you need to do. So do what you do. But we'll see what happens coming to this. Now, I bet the rest of the field does not want them to wreck in front of the rest of the field, but...
Yeah, because we've already seen that happen.
Yeah.
Well, we'll step away here and bring you back for the ending, the GraySpeed 200 here on the Elite Racing Network.
Back to green.
All right, set for the perhaps last restart here. David Tooker did not get going. That allowed Ryan Gavel a chance on the inside, and Gavel going to take it. A big block by Joshua Adams, though.
Contact.
Oh! Big hit. David Tooker and Gavel get into the outside wall, and our caution flag is out. Joey Chapman, a late hit off Michael Goodman there. I saw Ryan Gavel go to the outside, get loose, and then collect the 19 car who had a stellar run all day long. You knew it was going to be big. A block by the one car right there was big. But I have to put this on the 01. A lot of hopes and dreams just went up in turn two.
They're staring at each other as they roll to a stop. Neither one
Yeah,
of them. Gallo's not hitting the brakes, or Tooker's pushing him. One of the two.
I think Tooker is probably pushing him.
And then they're going to
Probably a
hit
little
Chapman.
mad. Oh,
Chapman should have already been parked, but
I believe the 19 was exhibiting some frustration there. But I have to put that on the 01. He changes lanes in the middle of the corner and collects the 19. And both those cars were race winning cars. We're going to have, for the second week, a green white checker. The one car makes a very illegal block right there, but the 01 switches lanes right there, which gets into the side of Tooker and then gets loose, and they make contact, and around they go. Chapman and the 6 car gets turned in the aftermath, and then they both chop into that 6
see what happened toward the back here with Gerald Campbell. I think he's going to get Chapman and Campbell are probably going to get into it. Hill down into Goodman. Goodman's going to come up and get into Gerald.
I wonder if that was all reaction to what they were seeing before, or if that was a separate issue even before the 19 and the 01 had their issue.
To be able to see it up here, it looks like contact is there. So now they've seen the accident before they get into it. Robert Hill kind of gets sideways. Goodman gets sideways, comes up into Campbell.
Yeah, the two was trying, had seen his exit strategy, was trying to get there. Unfortunately, the 44 car and the 31 car were already there.
So green, white, checkered time. Be our first.
Yep, just like I said, our second week in a row, Tooker is still in the 9th position based on when the yellow came out. But this could fall into Scott Crump's hands. He was leading when that second to last caution came out. And he has the newest tires inside of the top 5.
Rolling down through the field here, giving you a run down the top 20. David Tooker stayed out on the track with some damage. He's just going to run it out, he said.
It'll be interesting to see how many positions he loses based on that damage.
Oh, look at that right front tire. I think that's what they're talking about. If I can get a view of it.
I don't think that's going to make it. And that is a shame. He's going to pull it over here.
He only has 3 tires.
that makes me upset for Tooker. He had such a good. He was running a great race here. Was gonna salvage something from his night. Alrighty, let's get set for the restart. Joshua Adams on older tires, trying to make a Hail Mary move.
Ethan Stanley into the side of
behind them. Scott Crump around on the outside. And if we make it to the start-finish line, we will have an official race. Scott Crump is the lead down the back stretch.
Chris Wright way down low.
Ooh, car loose there. Oh, and gets into the grass. White flag.
We are at the white flag. This is going to be a free-for-all.
5 wide.
We'll stay up front. This is all that matters.
Ethan Stanley trying to get his first win against the veteran Scott Crump. Crump has played a flawless race here today, and he'll be rewarded with a win for his efforts. Scott Crump gets it done in the GraySpeed 200 at Kentucky.
Cars flying back there.
A lot of wrecking. But they made it across the checkered flag in the 90th. Scott Crump is going to be your winner. How about Ethan Stanley with the second place and Matthew Weeks coming back for third? Take a look at some of the action. This is where you just keep your foot in it. Oh, Jonathan Cutlet.
Oh.
Is that Josh Robin in that 8 car?
That's Josh Robin in the 8 car. We'll go on with him.
For a flyer. The 40 of
Bodie comes
Tyler
back
Bodie.
at him.
He comes down on the 5 of Jonathan Cutlet, who had probably lost some positions there. Can you imagine? You think you make it, and thankfully his finishing position is still inside the top 10, but what a hit for Josh Robin there. Cutlip still came across in the 9th position, thankfully, but he probably lost a couple of positions there. As you see Scott Crump get the victory. Well earned today. It was about survival, and he survived the best.
Race is finished here. See if I can bring up the results for us.
Talk to some of our top winners. Ethan Stanley already in the waiting room, and Matthew Weeks. See if I can get Ethan Stanley here.
Going second, third, first.
I was just going whoever was in the waiting room first. Some of us.
You do you, Alex. You go with whatever you want. You're interviewing him.
Okay, let's get in Ethan here. He's in the waiting room, so we won't make the people wait. It's not letting me click him, though, so. There we go there. Ethan Stanley, your best finish ever for the Elite Racing Network. You brought it home in second place. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, I mean, had pretty decent pace throughout the whole race, and just, at the end there, everything kind of played my way. A lot of cars got shuffled back, and I just was able to keep the spot there. Got really sketchy at the end.
What was the talk amongst? Were you talking with other competitors? Because tonight looked like a really hectic race.
I wasn't really talking to anybody until the end of the race there. Just wasn't trying to cause an accident with the leader staying out on really old tires. I know Matthew Weeks is a bit upset with me, but did what I had to do.
Oh, my apologies for if you hear my dog barking at. I don't even know. But a second place position there. Want to give you a chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like here tonight.
No sponsors at the car at the moment, but thanks to you guys, and I know you guys put a lot of effort into this, and thanks to Chad and everybody that makes the league run.
All right. Well, congratulations there, buddy. A podium finish here. Not too shabby tonight at Kentucky.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That was Ethan Stanley there, second place driver. Let's see if we can bring in third place there, Matthew Weeks. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to talk to Scott Crump. We hope we get him. But yeah, I see he's muted. There we go. You're still muted though, and now
My
we
bad.
see that you're there.
I was typing a message, dude. My bad.
Well, congratulations there. You bring home the banner for Pro Edge Racing. Today was all about one word though, survival. How did you get it to third place here tonight?
I don't know. I feel like I drove from 28 plus back 3 different times. It's like every time I got towards the front, I would either get caught in a wreck or I screw up on pit road and have to do it all over again. I looked into it. Probably would have been a lot better if I didn't get doored out of in 1 and 2 on the restart there. But other than that, it was an embarrassing night, dude. I don't know why it continues to be like this weekly in Elite.
Well, what were some of your frustrations? And Ethan, we do want to mention, had apologized in his interview to you. Was that the contact you were alluding to on that final restart?
Yeah, he messaged me and said the guy, Adams was slower than him. And I'm like, and I told him, I said, okay. I was like, I don't have to move. I'm gonna hold my line. And instead of holding his line, he just doored me out of the way and just kept on going. So I was like, I found that disrespect. It's like, come on, dude, I race you clean every week. There's no need for that. But
Oh.
it's whatever. It's like I said, it just grows weekly with everybody in the league. But glad to get a strong finish. I was sad about Daytona.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you come home with your first podium finish of the year. This has got to set momentum in your direction, though.
Yeah, I felt like I had a shot to win. I know that long run tonight, I was really, really cooking out some times to catch the leaders, and then we had that caution. But I needed it. Uh, I just needed a strong finish, dude. It's been bad lately.
All right. Well, want to give you the chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like on your third place finish here tonight.
213 Simware, I mean, they've been on my car for like a year now, dude. So it's awesome. Make sure you go to the website, grab some merch. JV Designs makes my schemes, my company's finish scheme, and also JD Designs. He makes other schemes. Jonathan Cutlip does a good job. Justin Vandermeer's to do with JV Designs. You guys in the booth, y'all guys do it a lot every week sometimes, man. So a lot of respect for that. And shout out to a lot of guys that gave me respect and let me go when they knew I was faster tonight, man. That meant a lot when I was trying to really click off some times and get back to where I was at. And one more thing, Alex, I did win a 500. I mean, I heard you mention on the broadcast, but I did get one, man. So you know.
I am so sorry. I apologize.
Oh, he called you out.
My TBI was TBIing, as I like to say.
Hey, man, it's all good, dude. It's all good, man. I'm just glad to have you in the booth again. Dave's back from England. I hope your trip was fantastic, man.
It was great. I'm glad to be back.
So, man, hopefully get a win soon. I want to win a race.
All right. Yeah, that'll put me in my place. I'll remember that. Get it back to victory lane, and that'll show me.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Y'all have a good night, dude.
You too, Matthew. All right, Matthew Weeks. And now, last but certainly not least, Scott Crump, your winner. How does that feel to say you won tonight's race there, Mr. Crump?
I feel bad for the beginning of the race. Definitely was not intentional there or any part trying to. It just late turning down into the corner. I felt bad for the wreck and a bunch of people being taken out because of it. But other than that, it was pretty exciting, tough race. I wish would have played out there at the end instead of that caution. Tooker was gaining just a little bit, he would have been close.
Did you feel that you had enough to hold him off before that second to last caution flag? We were tracking that before that untimely, I believe it was at the time the ninth caution flag came out.
Yeah, I think he would definitely would have got close. So I don't know if he would have had to use the bumper or whatever, get by me. I think yeah. So I don't know.
Well, you were able to get it done here tonight. Walk us through what the car was like and what the track was like in order to get to victory lane.
Super loose for first couple laps, and then super tight the rest of the run. It's just hard to push, but not push too hard. So it was easy to burn up the right front, as you can tell, and it just made a big difference on the longer runs.
All right, well, as tonight's victor, want to give you the chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like here on your well-earned victory.
Thank you, Alex. Give a shout out to y'all up in the booth. Y'all do a great job. Give a shout out to my sponsor, Stay Tuned Sports Podcast. Glad we can get a win tonight. Definitely looked like it was going to start slipping away there at the end, but somehow we managed to pull through right there at the end and come home with the victory. Also give a shout out to my team, Stay Tuned Esports, and give a shout out to my grandfather watching tonight. I know he was happy to see me win tonight, so that's pretty awesome.
I picked you tonight, Scott, so I'm not right often. So, but thanks for making me right tonight.
Yes,
Thank
and
you,
he
Dave.
picked you early, I believe it was.
Yeah, right before the green flag drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right there on Gavel. I just could never get by him. He's so tough to pass. So
It was pretty big when you were able to pass him on pit road.
yeah, it was pretty big, but then he got right back around me on the short run. So
Hey, you were there when it counted the most. Congratulations on your victory tonight.
all right, thank you.
All right, that was Scott Crump. I believe we're go road course racing here after this, do we?
We go to Kansas.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kansas, and then the Chicago Street.
Yep,
So
Kansas.
another mile and a half. And Kansas is, to me, the monster of the mile and a half tracks there. You never know what to expect.
That'll be the day after Valentine's Day. So we'll all be coming off of Candy High and Champagne High and whatever else you do on Valentine's Day.
And make sure you get your chocolate that day because it's all off, 50%
Yeah,
off.
yeah, that's cheap candy day.
Yeah. All right, well, from all of us here, the Elite Racing Network, going to give you a chance to enjoy what's left of your Wednesday night here. So long, and thank you for joining us today's GraySpeed 200. Congratulations to Scott Crump, winner of tonight's race at Kentucky. We'll see you next week at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here.